Hey guys, welcome back to ProductNation, and in this video, we're taking a look at one of the cheapest smartphones in the industry right now. That's the Realme C11, so let's jump right in. So let's begin with the unboxing. The box itself looks very similar to other Realme boxes with their yellow color. We have Realme C11 written all over and the logo at the top. At the back of the box, you have the main specs and the color of the phone is mint green. Getting into the box, you have the welcome to the Realme family, and inside that, you've got the ejector tool and also the instruction manual. No case though. You can kind of expect that at this price. The phone itself, surprisingly quite hefty, and as you guys can see, the design looks pretty good already. Right off the bat, the design looks pretty good. Moving into the box itself, you get the charger that is included with it, along with the micro USB cable. That's right, it works on micro USB. Moving on to the design, it's actually surprisingly very premium looking. The finish of the phone at the back is plastic but feels very good to grip onto, and the camera bump isn't really crazy. You have a headphone jack, a micro USB for charging, speakers and microphone at the bottom, and the camera bump, even if you place it on a table, will not be very distracting. You've got the Realme logo and the texture is pretty good. As I said before, it feels very good in the hand itself. Setting up the phone is pretty straightforward. It is powered by Android 10. And the setup process is very straightforward as usual. It does have a Face ID recognition, not a fingerprint sensor, and there you are into the phone. The UI looks very similar to other Realme phones with the Realme UI and the circular logos. I really like that. Going into the about information on the phone, as you guys can see, that is what we have on the phone: 2GB RAM, 32GB storage. Face ID, it works really well on this. I didn't have an issue at all. The performance for the Face ID unlock is very quick and fast and snappy, and it unlocks every single time without any issues, even when tilted a little bit. So you definitely don't need to be worried about security and locking performance. Next, obviously, we installed Call of Duty Mobile as we always do for the performance test, but a little bit more on that later. Let's close out of that and talk about specs. The screen on this is a 6.5-inch LCD display with 720p, and the processor is a Helio G35 processor. It comes with a massive 5000 mAh battery, 2GB RAM, and 32GB of storage. It also comes with a Face ID recognition that works really well, as I showed you guys before. Camera at the back of the phone is a 13-megapixel main shooter and a 2-megapixel depth sensor, while the front camera is a 5-megapixel shooter. Both the back and front camera record at 1080p 30fps. Now the camera performance is pretty subpar from our testing, but it's not terrible either. You also get digital zoom up to 4 times in photo and video, but more on that later. Moving on to the camera performance, as you guys can see, the HDR performance is actually surprisingly very good. It exposes for the subject with the back camera really well, although it does seem a little bit over sharpened. A little bit of editing can take these really far, but we'll show you that a little bit later. As you guys can see, the details maintained in the highlights and shadows do look pretty good, and the image overall does look very nice, especially when it comes to capturing as much detail as possible. The over sharpening is a little bit much, but it looks alright in most shots. Unless you really zoom in, then you can see the over sharpening is a bit overwhelming. When it comes to lower light situations, it does underperform a little bit, not really the greatest, and the 4x zoom doesn't look the best. I really would not recommend zooming in. When it comes to the front camera performance, it kind of missed focus here. As you guys can see, I feel like the trees are more in focus, but it's alright. Whatever you're seeing and hearing is coming straight from the Realme C11, and that's what it looks and sounds like. So yeah, the quality is not terrible. It actually looks pretty good. I don't know about the focus. The HDR is pretty good. You see the sky is kind of well exposed, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, so this is the back camera video recording test. That's at 1x. That is at 2x. There's a 0 stabilization, by the way. Look at that. Look how shaky that is. 1x, 2x, and 4x. So in video, it looks okay. I think this is more of a digital hybrid zoom, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Still going on about the stabilization, as you guys can see, it is very shaky no matter how hard you try to keep it steady. It doesn't really work because there's no stabilization, electronic or digital, built into this phone. Even the sharpness on the phone is slightly extreme to my taste. It looks like one of those older camcorders you saw back in the day where the performance isn't really good, and especially if you go closer to the screen, you can see the sharpening is a bit too much. Then again, for the price you're paying, you can't really complain that much because you're getting all these features for that. Now, if you edit these pictures like I do here, you can see that you can take them quite far in terms of a usable picture. We posted these on our Instagram as well, so be sure to follow us there. And you can really see the before and after difference. You can kind of save these images and make them look a lot cooler if you edit them the right way and you know what to do with each color or where to move them. Lastly, let's move on to the very important performance and gaming capabilities on the Realme C11. A lot of people were worried that this phone will just not be able to perform when it comes to gaming, but that was not the case. you have to take that performance with a little bit of leeway because the phone does cost just 400 ringgit and the RAM on this is just 2 gigs. Despite that, the performance was actually surprisingly pretty good. I only experienced lag about 2 to 3% of the time while I was gaming. The rest of the time was actually quite pleasant and fun to play with, but the lag build up over time when you're multitasking and gaming can be a little bit frustrating. However, if you consider the price and what you're paying for it, it isn't all that bad. So yeah. And that's about it, guys. That's our review of the Realme C11. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Not the greatest smartphone we have tried out, but definitely the cheapest one we've ever tried out. This might be a very good choice for people who are on a very tight budget but still want that Realme smartphone experience. We did get a lot of lag when we were using different applications, even social media, and some stuttering while gaming. But for the price you're paying, it might just be a very good choice for you if you're not looking for those crazy high specs. Don't expect wonders from something that costs 429 ringgits. Thank you guys for watching. We really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do hit that like button and please consider subscribing for more content just like this, and we'll see you again in the next video.